Professor Hu.
Hello.
I have to say I'm very impressed by your lesson because at first I thought Chinese medicine herbs are very distant from us. Like you go to a doctor or you use herbs when you get ill. But after the lessons, I realized that there are so many things like traditional Chinese medicine are all around us. And I'm very curious about some things, like for example, you just mentioned there are a lot of things that can help promote our eyesight, like clear, brighten our eyes. For example, there are chrysanthemum, there are goji berries, dandelion, and along with a lot of other herbs, I believe.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering, like, because when we can't see things clearly, that may be caused by a lot of different reasons. For example, you might have red and swelling eyes, and maybe it's just because you're aging and you can't see things clearly. Which kind of eye condition can these kind of herbs help with?
Okay, yes, very good question. Actually, just as you mentioned, the different diseases have different reasons, right? So that is the different pathogenesis. Yeah. For example, like the red eyes with swelling, which we usually call it as conjunctivitis. According to Chinese medicine, we think that it is due to liver fire flaming up.
Liver fire.
Yeah, liver fire. So we know that liver fire is kind of heat. So when we use the herbs to treat this kind of heat pattern, we need to choose some herbs which are cool or cold. For example, like chrysanthemum or leaves of mulberry or dandelion, or another one is 车前草, because they are all cold. So according to Chinese medicine, we use these herbs with cold property to treat heat pattern. Yeah. But if the poor eyesight is due to aging, well, due to aging means that it is due to kidney and liver essence deficiency. Therefore, we need to use the herbs to nourish the kidney essence or to tonify, to replenish the liver blood. For this kind of blurred vision, we usually use the herbs which are sweet or warm or neutral, so as to tonify the kidney and the liver. Yeah. For example, like the goji berry. Yeah, goji berry, which is very useful and effective for blurred vision due to aging. But this one, goji berry, actually is not enough. Sometimes we will combine it together with leaves of mulberry or chrysanthemum. And sometimes we will even combine it together with 车前子, the seeds, so as to improve the effects of goji berry.
I see. That's very interesting. Maybe we'll try some chrysanthemum tea with goji berry some days.
Yeah, actually, it's very common scene in China. If you go to the restaurant, you can see a lot of people, they love to drink chrysanthemum tea and together with some goji berry inside.
Yeah, it's everywhere. And it tastes really good, actually.
Yes.
I tried them sometimes.
Yes. In order to prevent the cold chrysanthemum to harm the stomach or to injure the young, sometimes we will also put some crystal sugar to decrease or to reduce the cold property of chrysanthemum.
And it tastes better.
Yeah, it tastes better. It's not so bitter anymore. Yeah.
Thank you, Professor Hu.
Thank you.
So, Professor Hu, I got another question.
Yes.
I just heard your lesson, and you said that there's certain kind of food, such as ginger and the white part of leek, that can help with common cold due to wind cold. And there are also certain herbs, such as chrysanthemum and mint, and they can help with common cold due to wind heat. So, how can I tell if I got a wind heat or wind cold, common cold? Because that all looks similar to me. I just know I got a cold, but how can I tell these different kind of colds?
Yes, very good questions. Yeah. As we just mentioned, the different diseases, they have different reasons. Yeah, so their pathogenesis actually are different. Well, cold, here when we said that the common cold, usually we divided common cold into two types, such as wind cold and wind heat pattern. Yeah. Well, if we catch a cold, which is caused by wind cold, usually we will have such symptoms as aversion to cold and fever. And sometimes we'll have runny nose, sniff nose, and runny nose. Well, here when we talk about the runny nose, it's watery. Yeah. And if we have cough, usually the sputum is white and thin. It's not sticky. It's not yellow. And we also can check our tongue in the mirror. You can see that the tongue is just a pale red, and the tongue coating is white. It's thin white. Yeah. With all these symptoms, we can make a differentiation that it is due to wind cold.
Okay.
Yeah. So for this pattern, we can use the herbs or the food such as fresh ginger or the white part of the leek, which are acrid and warm. Yeah, they are used for dispersing wind cold.
Okay.
Yeah, but for cold due to wind heat, usually we will have symptoms such as fever. Here, fever will be the main symptom. But some people, they might not have fever, but they will have sore throat first. Yeah, if you catch a cold and you have sore throat, mostly it is due to wind heat.
Okay.
Yeah, and besides, if you have a cough, usually the cough with sputum, the sputum will be yellow.
Okay.
Or if it is white, it will be white but sticky. Yeah.
I see.
And if you got runny nose, usually it's yellow. It's also yellow.
Okay.
And if you check your tongue in the mirror, you can see that the tongue is red, especially the edge of the tongue is red. And the tongue coating is thin and yellow.
Okay, I see. But so next time when we got a cold, we can tell from these small but a little different symptoms to tell which kind of food is more suitable for us.
Yeah. So for the cold due to wind heat pattern, we usually use the acrid and cool herb such as mint, chrysanthemum, or the mulberry leaves. Yeah, they are suitable for the pattern of wind heat.
And Professor Hu, I got a last question for you.
Yeah.
I'm also curious. Like, it's autumn now, and
Yes.
and the autumn in Beijing it's very dry. Like, you have very dry air. It seems like the water is just run away from your skin and your body. So you got very dry skin, and you can't even like wear your makeup very well, and you have to use a lot of lotions and sprays and stuff to keep your skin moistened. Yeah. So is there any herbs that can help us to moisten our skin, make us more beautiful in autumn?
Yes. We actually have a lot of things. Actually, we do not need so many the herbs. Actually, they are also the herbs, but at the same time, actually, they are the food. They are the food with medical use. Yeah, for example, I mentioned the lily bulb, and lotus seed, Chinese date, goji berry, and another one, yes, the Chinese yam, shanyao. Yeah, we can, for example, like Chinese yam, we can cut them into small pieces. Then we put all the above things I just mentioned into a pot, then put some water inside it, then we make the soup.
Wow.
Yeah, so finally we can also add just a very little crystal sugar. Yeah, then we can drink the soup every evening, therefore to tonify or to nourish in. Because in autumn, especially in North China, it is very dry. And so it seems that just like you mentioned that the water run away. Yeah, so actually the dryness will injure yin. So we will have yin deficiency. Okay, so the above things I just mentioned, they have a very good action on nourishing yin, especially lung yin, stomach yin, and kidney yin. And we know that the lung governs the skin.
Yeah.
If we have enough lung yin, then it can moisten the skin. Yeah, so well, with all these things, especially we drink the soup every day, especially in the evening, because yin actually governs in the evening. It will have a better action to nourish yin, then can moisten our skin.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And also, it seems very yummy to me.
Yes, it's very, very delicious, especially you put some, just a very little crystal sugar.
Oh.
Yeah, it's full of nutrition and delicious.
That's nice. But talking about delicious food, I got another question.
Yeah.
Sometimes we also like to eat a lot very delicious food, but that has one problem. It just makes us put on a lot of weight.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering, is there any herbs that can help us lose weight or help us to keep fit?
Okay, it's not a problem for you because you are so slim. Yeah, but it's really a good question for a lot of people who have a large weight, body weight. We also have some herbs, as I just mentioned in my lecture. For example, like the lotus leaf and the peel of white gourd. Yeah, well, both of these two herbs. For example, I like the peel of white gourd. Actually, it's a kind of garbage. Yeah, we eat the vegetables, but we throw away the peel. But this one, together with he ye, the lotus leaf, they both have the action of promoting urination, and they can drain the dampness. Yeah. Well, according to Chinese medicine, that obesity actually is a kind of damp and phlegm accumulation. On one hand, it is due to spleen deficiency, because we know that it is due to the spleen, which has the function of transporting and transforming the dampness. But if anything, disturb the spleen, then spleen loses function to transport and transform dampness. Then dampness will accumulate and then turn to phlegm. So there will be a phlegm and dampness accumulation, then turn to fat, turn to turbid. Yeah. So we can use this to resolve the phlegm, to drain the dampness.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And on the other hand, we also have another one that is Chinese hawthorn, shanzha. Yeah, Chinese hawthorn. Yeah. It has a very good action to promote digestion, especially for meat.
Yeah. When you eat a lot. Like in the Spring Festival, we always eat a lot of things, and my mom usually gives me a lot of hawthorn.
Yeah. Well, besides Chinese hawthorn, also promotes qi and blood circulation. Therefore, it can decrease the level of cholesterol in the blood, and therefore it can be used for hyperlipemia. Therefore, it is also helpful for us to lose weight.
I see, that's very helpful. So next time we know what to do if we eat too much.
But do not forget, do some exercises at the same time.
Yeah, exercise. Yeah, that's always for you.